Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you all again. Hello, doctors. In case you've forgotten about me, I'm Dr. Beverly Wood from Healthy Teachers Global. I was also with you in the last MHO-CHO meeting in March or February, I think. And I'm so happy to be back. And I'm here today to share with you what we've been doing for the last few months with some of our partner LGUs in Negros Occidental, and at the same time, what we'd like, how you can be part of this wonderful project. So once again, we are Healthy Teachers Global. We are an NGO, we are a nonprofit, and we are focused on eliminating mother-to-child transmission of syphilis. And we are currently working with the National DOH and the Provincial Health Office. So our work is a part of a broader push across the country. As we all know, the National DOH wants to eliminate maternal-to-child transmission of 3 important diseases: syphilis, HIV, and hepatitis B. We are focused on syphilis. The Universal Healthcare Act and the Omnibus Guidelines say all pregnant women should be tested for syphilis and HIV. This aligns with the WHO guidelines, and most recently, the Multi-Disease Elimination Plan, which was recently released, sets target to reach. So let us remind ourselves why these are important diseases to work on. Syphilis is one of the highest burdens of maternal-to-child transmission all over the world. In the Philippines, we have around 725 cases per 100,000 population, compared to the global average of around 400. The DOH target is to reach around 50 cases. And as we all know, HIV, it's one of the fastest growing epidemics in the world, especially in our country, especially in our province. And preventing maternal-to-child transmission of these 2 diseases are key pillars to stop the spread of these diseases. So let us again refresh ourselves. Why syphilis is an important disease to study and to prevent. So syphilis is devastating when it crosses mother to child. 40% of the children will die, 15% can become disabled, and less than half will become healthy. Now, treatment, as we all know, is penicillin G. It's very effective. And with this, less than 10% of these children will die, the rest will become healthy. Now, what we're trying to do is to move this to the bottom, to the top, from the bottom to the top. When we started the study, we searched for why the Philippines has such a high burden of these diseases in pregnancy. One of the main reasons is the long and complex patient journey. So first, the pregnant woman would have her first prenatal check in her barangay health station or her centro. And then the pregnant woman would be referred for testing for her routine labs in the CHO or the social hygiene clinic or a private laboratory. Then the patient will be referred for treatment if she becomes reactive to syphilis. She will be referred to an OB-GYN or an infectious disease doctor. Now, as you can see, there's just so many steps entailed in the process. And because of these multiple steps, there are a lot of points where the pregnant woman can be lost to follow-up. Our solution is to use a one-stop shop approach. So what we're trying to do is, or what we have done, is give equipment to each facility that does prenatal care, so the pregnant woman can be tested and, if necessary, treated at the first prenatal visit, and as much as possible, all in the same day. Now, the crux of the one-stop shop model is the dual test. It's already FDA approved, and we only need a finger prick, and the results are available within 15 to 20 minutes, and this already tests for both HIV and syphilis. This will also allow treatment in the same visit because the results are very quick. Now, the test kit is already approved by the FDA and is already being used in the Philippines, but it's currently used for main key populations and not really for pregnant women. Now, we have partnered with the DOH, and as you may all know, we are currently running a study to show that the one-stop shop works. In fact, we've already concluded in some of our partner clinics, Escalante Stage, for example, but we're still running in some. We have included 8 facilities in Negros Occidental, from Sagay City and from Cabancaran City, and previously with Escalante. And we have shown that it has shown that the one-stop shop model works very well. We have seen a 90% testing rate and a 100% treatment. Now, what we would like to ask from each LGU here in our meeting right now in Negros Occidental is that we would like you to apply the one-stop shop approach in your LGU. Now, with using the FHSIS data, we can see how many babies were infected with syphilis. What we can do for you is we can calculate how much it would cost for you to test all of your pregnant women in your locality, plus penicillin GS treatment for anyone who tests reactive. Given how much it costs to manage newborns infected with syphilis, this actually saves money in the long run, as well as we can save children's lives. So currently, Negros Occidental has the 6th highest burden of maternal syphilis in the country. But if we budget for the one-stop shop approach, we can turn it into a national leader, setting the example for other provinces. So you can find your, this data was taken from publicly available FHSIS. For the LGUs with low prevalence, we use the province's average prevalence instead. So once again, we are asking you to implement the one-stop shop model. We ask you to test all pregnant women with dual test kits and treat them the same day. We want to help with computations, training, and provide counseling materials. We are also currently advocating to CHDs and the DOH to support the LGUs. What we ask you to do is to set aside budget and make a plan for 2025 to train your healthcare workers to be able to test and treat for maternal syphilis and prevent transmission of congenital syphilis. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or any comments, we're very open to answer whatever feedback you have. And if any of the LGUs are interested in applying the one-stop shop approach in your LGU, we'll be happy to set a meeting with you on how we can help you lobby how you can budget for testing. But once again, just a disclaimer once again, we are not profiting from the test kits. What we're trying to do is to roll out testing for all pregnant women, test them for syphilis and HIV. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you very much.
How much to know? Miss,
how much is the test kit now?
How much is the test kit? How much is the test kit?
The test kit currently is the difference is that because we procured the test kit at a smaller number, so it's a little bit more expensive than it would be if you would procure it at a bigger number. So it's currently around, we got them at around 200 pesos per test kit. But this is because we only procured around 3,000 test kits for the study. We can definitely negotiate with suppliers for a cheaper price for you if you're open to that. can help in negotiating. So we currently have one FDA-approved supplier. It's Abbott, but there are currently 2 others who are working on their FDA.
Marisa.
Good morning,
Marisa.
Dr. and to all colleagues. Good morning.
Since it will also be a HIV screening test, will it undergo the process of counseling?
Definitely, doctor. Yes.
And these are trained counselors.
Yes, Dr. We currently have a new mandate where if I forgot the specific AO, but those who can perform HIV counselors do not have to undergo the really long HIV counseling training. In our one-stop shop approach, training for the healthcare worker, we also provide for that. So currently what we're doing is, at least in Negros Occidental, our midwives in the Barangay Health Center, they do the pre-test and post-test counseling training for both syphilis and HIV testing. Once, however, if the patient does become reactive to HIV, the patient is referred to the HIV counselor. The HIV counselor, and we follow the protocol for how we do HIV
Kapag na si Doktora, si Doktora Abi, nag-ano ka muna? Aware ka? Kabang ka lang. In-train lang inyo, midwife? Sila nag-train?
Just like to ask, good morning. You might mention that you want after doing the dual test care, that on that day you will already treat. Does that mean that you will also be treating for HIV?
Syphilis,
Doctor, what we are, with the one-stop shop approach, thank you, Doctor, for the question, but for the one-stop shop approach, we are trying to treat syphilis on the same day. With HIV, however, we follow the referral system we have, the current HIV guidelines we have for referring HIV-reactive patients. But for syphilis, we are trying as much as possible to encourage same-day testing and treatment.
So, in relation to the treatment for syphilis, because we know as of now, because in the hospital we're having difficulty looking for Benji. So where is it? Can you point us where we could access the Benji?
Okay, yes, definitely. We can help we can help with suppliers for both test kits and the Benji.
Kasi naman,
Hindi sige na mag-collaborate kita subong and then we look for it and we buy it next month or 3 months after.
Yes, sir.
So ang urgency, you want it done on the same day.
but availability.
However, ngunit, wala siya available sa market. Hindi na pareho sa muna ang Benji left and right. Also, the question is, ang aton bala nga health center or the BHS and the health centers are questioning sa mga NHO, natin against the NHOs and CHOs. Are they willing to do the injection in their area? Because kadamo, like in mga rheumatic heart, they refers sa hospital for their Benji injections. Isang ATS, they refer sa hospital for the ATS injection. So are they willing to do it in their area? That's number one. Number two, ano nga klaseng training? I'm very particular about the counseling part for pre-testing and post-testing sa HIV. So how long inyong training for midwives? Indeed, why not include the doctor and the nurse sa ratio? Pwede ba kaya for the pregnant during prenatal that they do it? Pero how extensive is the counseling training or counseling? Hindi na ako wala sa HIV, confidentiality and all.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for your question. Your first question was availability of penicillin. We understand that there's a global shortage of penicillin G at the moment, but we were able to procure penicillin G for our partner LGUs. But we just have to procure them from abroad. This is not, I understand it's hard, Doctor, but it's not impossible because we have done it ourselves. It's just a matter, the way I understand it now, the global shortage is more focused in the US. The rest of the world can still provide energy. It's just a matter of partnering with some suppliers. And we've done it, it's actually not impossible, Doctor. It's just, I understand it's a bit hard, but it's not impossible. Your second question, Doctor, was training, right? Okay. So, Doctor, the first trainings we had, we actually partnered with the DOH for the conduct of the training. And if anyone knows Miss Mary Joy Morin from the DOH, she was one of our first trainers, and we have conducted a training such that we can conduct it in just one day. We have included doctors and nurses, medtechs, and other healthcare workers that the LGU feels or thinks would be relevant to understand how the whole training and counseling process works. So it's not just with midwives, Doctor, we've actually trained other healthcare workers as well. And I understand you also asked about treating penicillin G at the level of the barangay health center. We have actually encountered this challenge with some of our partner clinics, and we understand that some of our midwives, they're not really confident in doing it. What we can do about it, Doctor, is what we tried is modify the one-stop shop approach based on how confident or how comfortable the LGU would be in treating syphilis reactive patients. So, for example, in one of our partner LGUs, they have decided to ask the barangay's help to assist in referring the patient to their own CHO for treatment because they're not confident with letting their own BHS go. So we can modify it, Doctor. The approach can be modified. I understand the same-day treatment process is actually very challenging, and it's almost idealistic. This is very true, and we have encountered it ourselves. It's just we know. Well, it's just if we all, with all our experience, no, the moment the patient gets out of your clinic, it's hard to track them back. So. Say for example, if you have a patient who's been reactive to syphilis, and then you say, okay, you'll come back the next few days for treatment with PenG, and you understand treatment for PenG is really it's 3 doses, right? Sometimes it's hard to track them and ask them to come back to your clinic for treatment. And what we're trying to do with the same-day treatment is to remove that barrier, the barrier where our patients have no access to healthcare because of several reasons. Transportation costs, no one's looking after their children in their home, etc., etc. So as much as it's very idealistic, but this is as much as possible, we're asking our LGUs to implement it as much as possible because this is the best way that we can avoid having our patients be lost to follow-up. But we can modify it, Doctor. for per LGU, depending on what resources are available in the MHO or the CHO, and we can work around that. So actually, with each LGU that we have, it's not like it's a template that we follow with everyone. So for example, our approach with Escalante CHO was different. Our approach with Sagay was a little bit different. Our approach with Kamakarayan CHO was a little bit different as well. So there's some modifications, but as much as possible, we don't want to lose our patients simply because of several reasons. Doctor, I hope I satisfied you with my answers. Thank you, Doctor, for your questions.
I understand that we are doing the screening test only. For HIV screening, we do the confirmatory test. How about for syphilis?
We don't do confirmatory testing, doctor, for this particular approach. So the moment the patient is reactive to the test kit, we treat immediately.
Including syphilis, including HIV.
With HIV, doctor, we followed our algorithm for our referral system for managing our PLHIV.
Meaning whatever the result for the screening test, that is already an official result.
I wouldn't call it official result, doctor, but some LGUs, they actually they would consider the test kit as the official result. It really depends on how comfortable you are as the CHO to consider the test as the official result.
Yes, that is precisely my point. Because in this time and in this age, our patients are already very legally oriented. So I am not comfortable in giving the PNG right away with just the result of the screening, because wala kami mga dapat medtech. Para sa ammonia, we have the medtechs to do the screening or to do the test. So we need their signature before we go on with the treatment. I hope you understand.
Yes, doctor. Yes, no problem, doctor. However, I understand that some of us would like to have confirmatory testing for syphilis. First, I understand this is the guidelines with POGS, with POGS. But the WHO, we are following the WHO guidelines wherein the moment the patient tests reactive for syphilis, the dual test kit is also endorsed by the WHO. It's already used in other countries. And the WHO guidelines also says the moment the patient tests reactive to the test kit, we can treat immediately. We don't have to do confirmatory testing. But I understand some of our societies have their own guidelines. So this would really depend on how comfortable the LGU is with testing and treatment. But as for us, we are following the WHO guidelines, and it has not been much of an issue so far. Thank you.
Actually, I think it can help if that will be accompanied or supported by an SP resolution, allowing the LGU or the midwives to administer or do the. What I mean is, before the program is being embraced by the LGU, there should be an SP resolution supporting the process.
Yes, we are currently advocating and lobbying with the DOH. We're already on the works. So hopefully by 2025 we can be testing for syphilis with a dual test kit. Can become something that's possible for the rest of the country. But yes, definitely, doctor, I agree with you. It would make everything easier if we have laws that can support the project already. But since at this stage right now, we are still working on it. We can talk with your LGUs. We can help you with that if that is necessary for you, for us to start the process. We can offer help for you and talk to your SP, put in the proper paper for the approach. Yes, please.
Has this been approved by the society?
We are currently in talks with, sorry, I forgot, doctor. But I know that we have been endorsed by the Venereal Diseases Society, the Philippines. I think we have already been in talks with POMS. And we are currently talking with a lot more other societies in the Philippines for this.
Actually, the way I see it, counseling is parang it's a
Excuse me. The way I listening to your explanation, the counseling it's a sort of a community-based counseling. It's not an individual one-on-one counseling, which is important for HIV. Not only for HIV, but also for syphilis, because we, as much as possible, we want to know the partners, because we do not want just to treat the actual patient, but the partners as well. That's why I mentioned that I have some hesitations about counseling. Mas maigit na counseling ang pina-prefer. Another thing is, at what time of the pregnancy, saan uli siya na, ano nga age of gestation na you have to do the testing to get the best result for na-catch the pinaka-ideal time.
Strictly, doctor. Ideally, it would be best if we do treatment for PENG the first time. But given that this is almost impossible with a lot of our patients, it's still okay, regardless what AOG the patient comes in for testing and treatment, doctor. Because the whole point of the PENG, one dose is enough to prevent congenital syphilis. But obviously, at the first time, this is most effective. The further the pregnant woman goes into her pregnancy, the risk increases for the development of congenital syphilis. But in general, it doesn't matter what AOG the patient presents in, as long as we get to test her on her first prenatal visit and treat her as soon as we can. Right now. I see. This is, doctor, in the context of syphilis. So with HIV, I understand we have protocols, doctor, but we are focusing, at least our study is focusing on syphilis. So,
hindi na pangayo, kaya palang supong pangayo, yung palang supong tipis. What is tipis? Katuon ba na? Manimuha.
Are there any more questions, doctors, towards Dr. Liboon? Alright, should there be none? So once again, thank you very much, Dr. Beverly Liboon of Healthy Global Futures. Alright, so our next presenter is currently the head of Bagani Community Center by Love Yourself and one of the pioneer members of Bagani. And he advocates for HIV/AIDS education, prevention, treatment, and overall sexual health and wellness. So please welcome the Hub Manager and Clinical Coordinator, Mr. Carl Alfmerson Liboon.